Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my sim subscribers. You loved, celebrated, and of course appreciated. So national shutdown for September in South Africa. Why should there be a national shutdown? Because there are people who are pushing this forward and are calling on Africans to join. Something is going on in South Africa, in as much as some South Africans are in a denial. Because while we talked about Israelis and Ukrainians, coming in huge numbers into South Africa, some South Africans are saying that is not true. But I'm here with statistics, right? There is a tension recently emanating from Cape Town. When I told you here that there are a good number of Ukrainians and Israelis trooping into South Africa, and the number is increasing. It's not like there were no Israelis in South Africa before now. It's not like there were no Ukrainians. They were coming, they are there. But the level of which they are coming in now is alarming. And that is why there are well-meaning South Africans who are saying that they need to raise this alarm, so that the whole world, the whole continent, be aware of what is going on in South Africa. Why should Israelis leave their region in huge numbers into South Africa? Now, for some of you who claim, South Africans who really claim, because I'm surprised to see that South Africans don't even know what is happening in their own country. Okay? Now, this is an analysis from a South African. He gave statistics of the number of foreign nationals who are in South Africa. And my interest is the Israelis and the Ukrainians who are there. The statistics as of June 2025 South Africa is that 64 million citizens in total are in South Africa, right? And out of these 64 million, we have 4.5 million who are white people. Remember the Africans, okay, the settlers. Then 5.3 million are colored, and around 1.2 million are Indian or Asian. This means that around 53 million are still black. And within these 53 millions who are black, we have nationals from other African countries who are there. And that's why I said my interest is in the foreign nationals, the Israelis, the Ukrainians, who are there, and why this uprising at this time, Your Majesties. Okay? Now, I want to take you to some information which I brought here before now. The Africans in South Africa, we are all aware of Orania, the whites-only town in South Africa. I've talked about that a whole lot of times. There have been videos going viral about that, so I believe you're aware, so I'm not going into that. Then we have Klimpontein, which is also growing, emulating what's copying from Orania. Their aspiration is to be like Orania. That is to say, white only. They want to be there only in that town. And remember that Orania has their own separate government. They have their electricity, they have their water supply, they have everything they need to have to be a sovereign body. And now Cape Town, there is a tension there. And why is there a tension there? The Israelis and Ukrainians who are there want to have their own sovereign body. There was a time that they came out and said they don't want any black in Cape Town. These are not my words. I'm leaving the clip. Now listen to this, Your Majesties.
The growing movement on the Cape Flats. The non-profit organization wants all black people from the Eastern Cape to leave the Western Cape. Joining us now is the group's spokesperson, Fidel Adams. Thank you.
Good evening to you. Thank you.
Why do you want them to leave?
We never ever said that. We said that we want all people not born in the Western Cape pre-94 to sell their assets and go.
Revolutionary greetings, sons and daughters of the soil. We have a shutdown that is scheduled for the 4th of September. If you can go and support the march or the shutdown, should we put it that way? Go and support the shutdown, then we can be able to start the revolution. Because the revolution starts when the shutdown starts. Let's move in numbers and shut down this country. And make sure that we take our power back from the politicians. Obviously, they don't know what they're supposed to do with the power. We know what we're supposed to do with this power. Let's shut down South Africa, sons and daughters of the soil. This is our chance. It's either now or never. Let's use this opportunity. Salute.
These people who want Western Cape to become an independent state, they must know that it will not happen, because their right-wing coalition will not govern the Western Cape. Their right-wing coalition will not govern South Africa. We are going to govern South Africa, and Western Cape will not be an independent state. They must not try the government of the EFF, because we know what soldiers are used for. And when we are in charge of South Africa and anyone wants to take chances with the Western Cape, that person will meet the might of the state, because there's no one who's going to turn this province into a colony. This province is part of South Africa.
All right, Majesties, I just decided to wrap up with Julius Malema's speech there. Like he said, that Western Cape would not be independent. According to him, that's his belief, because he believes that it's part of South Africa, and they are not seeing any division in South Africa anymore. The division is enough. The Orania is enough. The Klimfontein, that is, I don't know if that has even gotten independence, is enough. They do not want to see another one happening in Cape Town. And for some Africans who are saying that when South Africa fall into trouble, they're going to be on their own this time around, that nobody will come and help them. I think no matter what, we are still brothers. We are still brothers, we are still sisters. We are the ones to help ourselves. In as much as, yes, there might be or there are misunderstanding, we are still the ones to protect each other. We have to spread the word and say enough is enough. Africa belongs to Africans, not to white people or to, any color of people, but African. If there is any African from any African country going to any country at all, committing crime, I keep telling you here, that African should be called to book to face the law. Okay? So you can't say you're leaving your country to another country in the continent to go commit crime. When you are caught, you should be punished accordingly.
If you think you can just come and grab Africa for yourself, then you are mistaken. Africa is not for grabs. The land of Africa belongs to African peoples. This goes to the illegal settlers. Like what is happening in Cape Town right now. Israel is inhabiting Cape Town. They are taking over Cape Town. They are claiming that they are buying off land. African land belongs to Africa. We don't know no illegal, we don't know no white settlers in Africa. Your time is up. It's time to pack your bags and leave. Africa is united. You will not like it. But if you continue doing what you are doing in South Africa, we will have to march. We will have to march as a whole Africa. We will have to come and solve that issue in South Africa ourselves. We will not sit down and see you gun down innocent people, chase them out of their land, evict black people out of their land. What do you mean by a chosen people? There is no chosen people. You Israelites, you are mistaken. You white people, you are mistaken. No chosen people here, man. You come to kill us and then you tell us you are the chosen people. What do you mean? If that is what is happening in Cape Town, then we are ready for you. Africa has never known no easy way. We don't know the easy way. We know the hard way. So better know that we are prepared for you, and we will not live on our knees anymore. Yeah, that is it. We are ready to protect our motherland. If it takes our lives, so be it. There is no other great honor than that. So no, we are prepared for you. You just come.
All right, Majesties, is coming from young men and women from different corners of the continent. I just like the spirit that no matter what might have happened or is happening, we still have Africans, youth, who are ready to still defend the cause of the unity of South Africa and fight for them in maybe with the little, information they put out there, with the little awareness that they create. This is a spirit. This is what we're talking about. We are one. We are brothers and sisters, irrespective of the artificial borders that colonial masters had implanted in the continent. We are still one. And for us to understand the level of the love that we have for each other is to see when we fight for ourselves like this, when we or any country is in trouble. And He talks about Israeli claiming that they're the chosen children of God, so they have the right to, go to any part of the world and go inhabit. I'm asking, I hope these people would not one day shift to Nigeria and Nigerians will accept them. Nigerians. Because there are a good number of Nigerians, even youths at that, who will be willing to accept these Israelis, because there is still some group, not a good amount, that still hold these people in high esteem and believe that they are the chosen ones. You heard him. Chosen ones for who chose you? We are all aware at this point that you are not even the Israelites that was spoken about in the holy books. We know your origin. We know how you were implanted there. This is exactly what they are doing. And that's how we keep talking about what is happening in Rwanda, what's happening in Sudan. Is it South Sudan or Sudan? Where they accepted these asylum seekers. The more you keep accepting all these people into the continent, the more one day they will have ground and gradually they will overtake. It is because that of Orania was overlooked. That's why we have an issue of Cape Town emerging. If the issue of Orania was trashed, we would not have the issue of Cape Town emerging. It is because they knew they succeeded with Orania that they felt like they can succeed with Cape Town. And that's why they are doing everything to see that they succeed with Cape Town. Your Majesties, Africa is for Africans. Leave Africa alone. Go back to your country. You single-handedly destroyed your nations. Ukraine, you accept to fight with Russia. Okay? Israel, you accept to fight with Palestine. So go back, sort yourself out. Why are you running from there? Because you love fight so much. You feel that there's nothing that can be done through diplomacy. You love fighting. Now you've destroyed your home, you've destroyed your livelihood, and you're running to Africa to come and destroy Africa. No, that will not work. What do you think about this situation? That's why I said, okay, since this is still going on, it's better we create this awareness and let the world know that 1st September, South Africans said they want to shut down so that they can make the world hear their cry. That they are tired of receiving these people into their country. They want their country for themselves. What do you think? Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive. Always your Majesties. Bye for now.
Warning to all South Africans. The Israelis are leaving Israel and moving to Western Cape. And this is being made possible by British politicians. Watch this video.
In the Western Cape is an ideological homeland for people who think like us, people who have broadly Western values, who want to live in the first world, and want to and I've often used the example, the Western Cape becomes almost like Israel for the Jews, if I can use that example. You don't have to go and live in Israel to benefit, if you're Jewish, to benefit from an Israeli state. You've got somebody who's your people, your ideological people, and they're going to have your best interests at heart. And I think it's the one place where in South Africa, current South Africa, we can create hard power. We can have a police force, we can have a military, we can have borders, and actually be in a situation to influence in a really significant way at a national level the circumstances in South Africa.
Now, in the video, you are seeing British politicians discussing creating a new Israel in Western Cape. As we all know, they've been trying to annex the Western Cape from the rest of South Africa. The DA government in the Western Cape has been issuing permanent residences for Europeans who are moving from Europe into South Africa to settle down. Why? Because they want to increase the population of Europeans in the Western Cape so that they should have voting power. And guess what they're doing to the local South Africans in the Western Cape? They are making sure that life is expensive for any black person living in the Western Cape so that they move out of the Western Cape to other parts of South Africa. And they've done this for many years, and that's how they've managed to keep the DA in control of the Western Cape. You know, the Israelis know that with the way things are going, the state of Israel has slim chances of surviving. So they're having a plan B. They're trying to move the Israelis from out there to Western Cape. And remember, who helped create the state of Israel in the first place? The same British politicians who are discussing creating a new Israel in Western Cape. They are keeping you preoccupied with the issue of foreigners, because they know that as long as you're preoccupied with the issue of foreigners, you won't think about your land. They want to make it seem as though the biggest problem for South Africans is foreigners. But the most important issue is land. And they don't want you South Africans to discuss land at all. So they are sponsoring discussions and conversations. They are pushing adverts. They are even paying political parties to push this foreigner issue. And they've made sure that the only political party that has been discussing land, like the EFF, is silenced for good. And what have they done to the EFF? They're disbanding the EFF. South Africans, open your eyes. The Israelis are coming in.